So in the previous class, we have seen unit load method and its application to statically determinate structures. We have found deflections and slope of statically determinate structure using unit load method. Uh, we have seen its application to beams, frames, trusses, and today we'll see the application of unit load method to statically indeterminate structures and how we can analyze the statically indeterminate structures using unit load method. So, uh, so this method can be used as an alternative to Castigliono's second theorem. So, for beams, the redundant force can be found by this expression, where capital M is the moment due to applied load and small m is the moment due to unit load corresponding to the chosen redundant. So, to understand this, let us consider an example of a prop cantilever beam. The SI of this prop cantilever beam is 1. So, there is one extra unknown present in the member. So, we can choose any of these unknown as a redundant. We can choose VB as a redundant. We can choose VA as a redundant. We can choose MA as a redundant. So, that is up to you to choose appropriate redundant. Okay, so in this case, we have chosen VB as redundant. Okay, so we write this VB is equal to Q. This is our redundant force. So let us choose VB equals to Q as redundant. So now we draw two diagrams. So from this we will get the uh, capital M value, and from this we will get the small m. Now there are various alternatives we can choose as a redundant. So one way we have selected this as redundant. Okay. Another way is you keep this as it is and choose this as redundant. So this will be your redundant force, or else you can choose these are various alternatives for choosing redundant for of redundant in given problem. We have chosen this alternative. You can choose, even you can choose this moment as redundant. So if you choose the moment as redundant, then this will be the hinge. So in that case, this will be the redundant. Okay. So here reaction at drop end is chosen as redundant. Here reaction at fixed end is chosen as redundant. Here moment at fixed end is an alternative for redundant. So, but for the present case, we'll take this as redundant. You can try with this redundant also, and you will get same result. So now let us formulate the table. First is segment. Origin. Limit. Flexure rigidity. Capital M and small m. Now in this case we have only one redundant, so there will only one small m. If there are two redundant, then there will be m1 and m2. Three redundant, m1, m2 and m3 likewise. But in the present case only one si is equals to 1, so this will only 1. So let us take a section here at a distance x from B. So first segment is BC, origin is B, limit is 0 to 3, it is 0 to 3. Flexure rigidity is EI, constant for both the segments. So this is EI. Now we'll formulate the equation in terms of VB. So this will be, again our sign convention will be sagging as positive. We are moving from right to left. So on the right of the section, anti-clockwise is positive. Now this VB will cause anti-clockwise moment about right of the section. So it will be plus VB into X. Okay. Then this UDL will cause clockwise moment about right of the section. So minus 10 into x square by 2. Okay. And now for small m, we'll refer to this diagram. Let us select a section at distance x from B. Let us say this is unit load. We are applying this unit load in the direction of the redundant. Here we have chosen VB as redundant, so we'll apply unit load corresponding to the redundant. So it is 1. If we have chosen VA as redundant, so you have to apply unit load here. Okay. If you have chosen MA as redundant, then you have to apply unit moment here. Okay. So that means we have to apply the unit load corresponding to the chosen redundant. Suppose you have suppose you have beam with two SI degree of static indeterminacy as 2, so you will have to choose two redundant. Okay, I will show you the example later on. So in that case, you have to apply two redundant. In that case, you will have M1 and M2 corresponding to redundant 1 and corresponding to redundant 2. So because of this unit load, the moment about this section will be 1 into x. Now this will also cross anti-clockwise moment about right of the section, so it is positive, so it will be plus 1 into x. Now let us move to second segment, that is CA. Origin is C, limit will be 0 to 2, Pleasant liquidity is same, EI. So let us select a section at a distance x from C. So in that case, it will be plus VB into x plus 3, because the distance of VB from this section XX will be x plus this 3 meters, so VB x plus 3 minus 10 into this x plus 3 whole square by 2, because UDL is spread on a length of x plus 3. Then this point load of 20 kilometer, so that will be minus 20 into x. Okay. Similarly, let us select a section at a distance x from C. In case in this uh, this is point C. So in this case, because of this unit load, it will be plus 1 into x plus 3. There is no other load, so this will be the small m. Now the redundant VB using unit load method, redundant Q will be equal to, which is actually VB. VB equals to Q, which is equal to integration from 0 to L, capital M, small m upon EI dx, whole divided by integration from 0 to L, small m square by EI dx. So it will be integration from 0 to 3 for the first segment. M, capital M is this value VB into x minus 10 by 2, that means 5x square minus 5x square into this into x dx plus integration 0 to 2 this term, that is VB into x plus 3 minus 5 x plus 3 whole square minus 20x into x plus 3 dx. Now this whole divided by whole divided by m square dx. So integration 0 to m into m. So it will be, for this case it will be x into x. So it will be x square dx plus integration from 0 to 3. It will be x plus 3 into x plus 3, that will be x plus 3 whole square dx. Now if you take this, if you find this whole divided by ei also, but since ei is constant for all the members, they will be cancelled out. So you will get, if you solve this, you will get vb as 22.91. Just verify this value. Now the direction will be, since this value is positive, that means whatever the direction of unit load we have considered, so that is okay, and your reaction will be in the same direction. So this will be the direction of the unit load. If you have applied unit load in the downward direction, then you would get this value as negative. That means negative means though we have considered unit load as downward direction, but the reaction is acting in upward direction. Okay, and then we apply the equilibrium conditions and get the other unknowns. Okay, apply equilibrium conditions and get other unknowns, such as sigma v equals to 0 will give you va plus vb equals to 10 into 5 plus 20, that is 70. So you will get va as 70 minus 22.91, that is 47.09 kilometer. Same way, you apply the summation of moment equals to 0 at A, you will get the reaction MA. हाँ सर, हाँ हाँ बोलिए. Okay, so this is how you can solve the indeterminate structures using Castigliano's second theorem, using unit load method. Now we will take an example, the same example we solved using the Castigliano's second theorem. So I will leave task for you to solve this example. This is A, B, and C. Okay. So I give some hint here. Si is equal to 2. So we have two unknowns or two redundant. Okay. So we have to choose two redundant. Now you can choose this VB and VCS redundant. Let us just mark first the reactions, the unknowns in this. So this is one unknown MA, this is one unknown VA, this is one unknown VB, this is one unknown VC. Okay. Now we have four unknowns. You can choose any two as redundant. So you can have first alternative. You can choose this VB as redundant and VB and VC as redundant. This is first alternative that you can choose. Now by choosing this as redundant, uh, you can solve this. Then second alternative is you can choose the moment here as redundant and the reaction over here as redundant. Okay. So in that case, if you choose the moment as redundant, so this will be equal to, this will be a hinge. So this will be a redundant. You can choose this one as Q1 or Q2. It is up to you. Let us choose this as Q1, Q2, and this as okay. And this will be a roller support. This is one alternative. Second alternative, you can choose you keep a redundant reaction support here, a hinge here, this as redundant, and this as redundant. So it is up to you to choose any of these. Even you can choose the reaction over here as redundant. So if you choose this as VA as redundant, and any of the two you can choose the other redundant. You can choose a hinge as a redundant here, means the moment here and the moment here. So it's all up to you. Now for this alternative, you will have this will be Q2, this will be Q1. Okay, so and then you have to apply the unit load. When you choose the redundant, the supports will be removed. You apply unit load here. Okay, so this will give you M1. Okay, this will give you capital M. Okay, and for M2, you apply unit load here. So this will give you M2. Okay, note that this is for this alternative. For other these alternatives, it will be different. And then you have to make a table which will be segment, origin, limit, flexure rigidity, capital M, M1 and M2. Okay, and you will have two equations using unit load method. VB will be equal to integration from 0 to L capital M. For VB, the corresponding that is M2. Okay, this is corresponding to VB. Okay, so this will be capital M into M2 divided by EI dx integration 0 to L M2 square dx by EI. Similarly, VC will be equal to integration from 0 to L small m M1, because corresponding to VC the unit load is applied, this is M1, so into M1 divided by EI dx whole divided by integration from 0 to L M1 square by EI dx. This will give you one equation, this will give you another equation. Okay, in terms of VB and VC, solve equation, solving 1 and 2, you will get the value of VB and VC. Okay, so just try to solve this, and if you find any difficulty, we'll discuss this. Now let us see the application of unit load method to indeterminate trusses. Application of unit load method to statically indeterminate trusses. So for trusses, for statically indeterminate trusses, the redundant let us call this as q will be equal to will be equal to or simply x is equals to sigma pkl by ae whole divided by sigma k square l by ae. Okay. Now this expression will reduce to sigma pkl by sigma k square l if the cross section area, that is A, and the modulus of elasticity E of the truss members are same. So if all the members have same cross section area and Young's modulus, then this expression will be sigma pkl over sigma k square l. Okay. So this is in general. Okay. So now let us take an example. Now here, where P is equals to member force due to applied load, K is the member force due to unit load or unit value of redundant. K is the cross sectional area. E is the modulus of elasticity or Young's modulus. And L is the length of the member. Now let us take an example to understand this. Compute member forces in a plain truss as shown in figure. So consider this truss The values given in the bracket are the cross-sectional areas of the members of the truss. This is 900, this is 1200, this is 1200, this is 900, this is 1500, this is also 1500. Okay, this is A, B, C, and D. This is 4 meter and this is 5 meter. Okay, so the first step is to find the SI of this truss. So the SI of this truss will be M plus R minus 2J. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members are there. 6, and the reactions will be 1, 2, and 3. This we call it as VD. This is HD. This is BC. So 3 reactions minus 2 into number of joints 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be 1. Now whether this SI is internal or external, that we have to find. So let us first find SI external, which will be R minus equilibrium condition. So we have 3 reactions and 3 equilibrium conditions, so it will be 0. So SI internal will be equal to total SI. This is total SI, total SI minus SI external. So it will be 1 minus 0. So 1 SI internal is 1. Therefore SI internal is equal to 1. That means one extra member is present. One extra member is present. Okay. If suppose that we have SI external is equals to 1, that means we have one extra support reaction. So we have to choose support reaction as redundant. But here the it is externally it is stable, or externally it is okay, but the internally it is internal SI is 1, so that means one extra member is present. So we can choose any one member as redundant. You can choose this member as redundant. You can choose the diagonal member, any of the diagonal member as redundant. So let us choose this BD as redundant. So let us choose this as redundant. So let us choose the BD as redundant. Let us choose FBD, that is member force FBD as redundant. So if it is redundant, so this number will be replaced by a redundant that is FBD equal to X. We call this redundant as X. So now this truss can be considered as a determinate truss. Okay, so you can find the forces in the truss member. So you find the member forces using any of the method discussed in earlier classes. So I simply write the table member, the length of the member force, in P diagram, which we call this as capital P. This is your P diagram. And member force in K diagram, which we call it as K. Then we have cross sectional area, that is A. This is L. Then we have axial rigidity, AE, PKL by AE. Let us say this is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. So this will be column 6, which will be equal to column 5 multiplied by E. Okay, value of E is constant for all the members, and your column 7 will be equal to column 3 multiplied by column 4 multiplied by column 2 divided by column 6. Then K square L by AE, that will be column 8, which will be equal to column 4 into column 4 into column 2 divided by column 6. Okay, so and the load on this is subjected to a 60 kilonewton load at A. This is 60 kilonewton. This is P diagram, and your Q diagram will be, K diagram will be equal to and here we'll apply the unit value of this 1 kilonewton. So remove this load, applied load. Right, x equals to 1 kilonewton. So we have chosen this as redundant. So you will get the forces as, if you solve this, you will get these forces as null force in this member, null force in this member. This will be 0 because this member is removed. Okay, and this force as uh, let us choose tension as positive. So we so this will be minus 15 root 41. Okay. Then we'll get this force as 60. We'll get this force as 75. Okay, just verify these values at your end. This reaction will be minus 75. This reaction will be plus 75, and this horizontal reaction will be minus 60. Same way for this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be equal to 4 by minus 4 by root 41. This is 1, so this will be equal to 1. AB will be equal to minus 4 by root 41. BC will be minus 5 by root 41. CD will be minus 4 by root 41, and DA will be minus 5 by root 41. Okay. Rest we have the forces. Very good. हाँ हाँ देता हूँ, नहीं तो आपको मेरे लेक्चर खत्म होता है तो देता हूँ। नहीं ये पढ़ी, अरे इधर होगी कब मैं दे जाता हूँ। ये होगी इसका member AB, the length of member AB is 4 meter, so we express this in mm, so it will be 4000. Member force is 0, this is minus 4 by root 41. This is cross sectional area is given as 900, so this will be 900 E, and